stampingcatcrew.com. Just wanted to show you a quick, easy card that I made from the Petal Palette Suite. Couple things as we go through. Otherwise, it's incredibly straightforward and just easy to do and fun. So we're going to put this aside. I'm going to start with an A2 card base. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4, and that's going to be our base. The next one that I did is Sahara Sand, and I knew that I wanted to rough up the edges and do some sponging with some crumb cake. So okay, set our crumb cake aside for now, and our scratch paper. So we used to have a tool for this. This was something Stampin' Up! Had, and this little tool is something you can actually get at a lot of places. It's got a little razor blade on the inside, and I use it for roughing up the edges. So I'm going to show you that. So you can see how that works. But if you don't have one, you can also use a pair of paper snips. So I'm going to show you that also real fast. And it gives you the same effect. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part. Okay, so we've got our edges all roughed up like we wanted them, and so we can start assembling our card. And once you have it centered on there, we can start layering up from the bottom. So we have these cute little doilies. They're the white paper doilies. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick adhesive just on the center medallion part. Doesn't matter if the edges are down. And it is basically just centered like that. The other thing I used is the color we chose is Tranquil Tide. And we have this wonderful Starburst Punch. So just like that. See? I'm going to layer that directly on top, just with the snail adhesive. I've already pre-stamped the sentiment from the heart, and then if you watch all of my videos, you know that I like things to have not be just all flat one-dimensional. So strip of Pool Party, just for a little different pop of color. I'm going to flag the ends. So I did take our faceted gems, some of the clear, that we have like a clear silvery color, and then we also have them in gold. So lots of fun. Adds some interest. Just something fun popped up on each side. So I've also got this little knot that I've done. I'm going to pretty up the edge here and grab a glue dot. So the final piece that we're going to do for the front of the card, I'm going to show you some things I did with the die cuts. So this is actually the die cut that coordinates with the Petal Palette Suite. So this is the Petal Palette Suite, all of the sentiments and some little decorative embellishments on the bottom, and then all of these really nice flowers and leaves, little bird, which we've all seen a ton of. They're popped up, they're super cute, fun to color. And these are all the framelits that coordinate. I just absolutely love these. There's so much you can do. So the couple that I chose to use was this, which I did in the silver foil paper, and then I cut it off. You can actually see where I cut that. So that part laid there, and this part actually laid here. But what I did is I took this part and I folded it back on itself to bring it shorter and have it look more full. So there's lots of ways you can cut these to have that happen. The other die cut I used is this one, and I did it in the paper that we are actually doing a series on. It's the Petal Passion paper, and I pretty much just cut it in half, and I'm trying to kind of piece it back together. I'm not sure if I can get it exact, but it was something like that. But it creates it from this die cut, and then I did trim a little piece off here. So I'm actually going to use these two pieces right here, which is what I did originally. I wanted that little pop of something different, and I did layer it on the leaves. So I'm going to take this one first. I'm going to add a little bit of our adhesive. And there you go. So there's the front of our card, and you saw I just kind of played around where I wanted stuff placed and how we wanted it to look. So the card's done. I'm just going to show you, I always tell you to make your envelopes pretty, so I just did something quick and easy here. And because these are the red rubber, we don't really have to do much for them. And I'm going to turn this aside a little bit because I'm going to stamp off. The Tranquil Tie is a pretty deep color. Love that Stampin' Scrub. Okay, so now we've got the crumb cake. That we don't need to stamp off. So we've just got a fun little pool of colors. Oops, had something on my hand. So that's it. Finished card. And move this aside. This is the card we started with right here. Both from the heart and part of that Petal Palette series. So love it, and just play with it and have some fun. Remember, you don't have to use the die cuts the way they come. There's lots of things that you can do with them. They make awesome embellishments just all throughout the card. You can really collage them up nicely. And happy creating!